guy that Texas looks to, that the South honestly looks to as a whole. And that might be a lot of weight for somebody who is relatively young, both in terms of tournament experience as well as actual age. And we saw just what it takes, or rather what someone with a lot of experience in the game can do to somebody who maybe doesn't have as much experience per se. So
this can't be a tournament.
Oh, it's a hand warmer.
Zero is so mature for his age. So mature. I'm impressed.
Yeah, certainly. You know, when you talk to him, you kind of forget how young he can be.
Right.
And then there's other times you talk to him, you're like, okay, yeah, you are a young person in college. Never mind.
Real quick before we get this match started, it is starting, but real quick, I just want to point out that because CTG lost, in losers, he's not projected to face Knackle unless they both win out in losers quarterfinals.
Oh, interesting.
But he will, if he beats EG, CTG does, then he will get a chance to play Brody, which that's kind of been his bane, facing Brody.
Yeah.
Brody's Pika. All right, so this is the match now, right? We're started. Okay, sorry.
I'm pretty sure we're in we're in Dreamland. We're not in Sector Z anymore. It's typically how things go, and this really is a playground for a Falcon like Zero. I mean, just this guy's movement. The first time I saw Zero, I was just so amazed seeing a Falcon move that quickly. I love how quick he can have all those mix-ups off of that top platform in particular. And it just makes it so that he's just so unpredictable to play against. So for Joshi, I feel like this first round more than anything else might just be a data session where he's just trying to study and trying to anticipate what Zero's going to be doing in these future rounds. And if he can do that, maybe he'll be off to have a better shot. But here's the other side of the coin. Zero, when I think about players, is the most momentum-driven player I've ever met. He's either going to, when he plays, he's going to win either 3 games in a row or no games at all in a lot of cases.
Do I want to win or do I want to just move on with my life?
Yeah.
That's kind of how Zero approaches things. We saw that with Mariguas. When he wanted to beat Mariguas, he at Snosa, beat him, I believe, 3-1. Passionate. But then he went into loser's side and faced Mariguas again, and he didn't want to play anymore.
Yeah.
And he lost, I think it was 0-2, 0-3, something like that.
So far, Zero, pretty decently, but that's where Pikachus are able to capitalize. You know, it's one of the things that makes this matchup, in my eyes, I personally see this matchup as 50-50. I know the majority of people will argue and say that it's mostly Falcon favored because of things like we saw right there. But I think that Pikachu has exceptional combos against Falcon and does exactly what's Falcon's bane, which is really forcing them off stage consistently with just the tool set that Pikachu has. So that's the name of the game for Joshi. That's how he's trying to get in. But what Falcon really has in this matchup is just superior hitboxes in general. The length, getting around the hitboxes of Falcon is such a chore for Pikachu, as Joshi is very quickly realizing down to his final stock here.
Yeah, so I think Captain Falcon has the advantage in the neutral, which at the highest levels is really, I think, what most high-level players think is the most important. But Pika, once Pika's got Captain Falcon off stage, it's curtains.
It's smart up air there from Zero. You saw that Joshi was trying to set up for an offstage combo, breaks out of it and sets up for a combo of his own. That is such a huge tempo swing, and Zero going to be taking that first game with relative ease. So, you know, we talked about it, whether it's like going back to the gym after breaking your arms or whether it's just hopping back on a bike for the first time in a long time. I feel like Zero is showing that for him personally, it's looking more like the latter rather than the former.
Right. Joshi thinking about another character. Goes Pika anyway.
I mean, do you do the Falcon Ditto against Zero?
That is ill-advised unless your name is Dan Hoyt.
That's true. That's true. I have beaten Zero in a Falcon Ditto one time. Probably one of the proudest Smash moments of my life, followed by one of my most embarrassing Smash moments of my life, which was the game immediately afterward.
Did you get 4 stocks?
We played with 5 stocks back then.
Oh,
so.
excuse me. It was 5 stocks. Did you get JV5 to JV6?
No, come on.
That is named after you, is that correct?
No. That is named after a far older JV than me that worked for MLG once upon a time.
Wow.
Back into the game itself. Joshi, again, an initial stock deficit. Zero, not perfect on his execution, but it's been enough so far. You're seeing that he's using that Falcon dive on those platforms aggressively, trying to catch Joshi in case he's conditioned to shielding. want to let him have an edge shield opportunity to hit with a counter aerial.
Joshi playing a little aggressively on that last stock there, getting off of the edge, and I think Zero took advantage of it.
It's a bit of a it's a bit of a toss-up, right, on how you're supposed to play whenever you're behind. In general, do you want to take more risks because since you're already behind so much, you're projected to lose anyways, or do you want to play more conservative?
Right. Does Joshi just want to move on to the next match and just wants to get this over with, kind of not get too involved in it emotionally? Kind of a mental aspect, I guess.
Yeah. A lot to consider. Good start from Joshi. Look at that DI from Zero, though. Wow. And it's so tough to follow up. And the Falcon kick mix-ups.
Twice. First time missed.
Plural.
Oh, he wanted to catch that. Look at him laughing.
Yeah, I'll take it. A little Thunder Shock. I'm not sure if Ash would let Pikachu do that, but, you know. He also was a horrible trainer. I mean, let's be honest. Ash Ketchum did not know what he was doing with when it came to Pokemon in general. And right now, it honestly feels like Joshi might be in that same vein. I mean, this is a juggernaut of a player that he's going up against. The Pikachu has been absolutely mollywopped these last 2 games. And is this a time that you try to go for the Falcon instead? Really mix things up? Doesn't seem like it.
As Revan would say, face your fears.
I always thought that Revan, if for some reason 64 players decided for whatever reason they'd make Batman vs Superman, Revan would be basically the Lex Luthor of the bunch for sure, 100%. 100%. He's a good Jesse Eisenberg playing Lex Luthor.
I was thinking the same thing.
That's Revan. Just such a smart man. It's unbelievable.
Speaking of Revan, he was telling me 4 months ago that Zero was changing the Captain Falcon meta. I wonder if he'd say the same thing now. Obviously, he hasn't played in 4 months, Zero has.
Oh, that's the new meta, actually. Don't pick up a controller, leave it in a completely different city for 3 months. Come back and see how you do. 60% of the time, it'll work every time. So, very even game, closest game that Joshi has had so far, but this is the vortex that Zero is so good at and going for the down air that time. You know, it's tricky because Joshi more than likely was trying to DI out, trying to get out of the combo strings that Zero has been doing all game long. So Zero implies the mix-up of the down air, knowing that Joshi won't be DIing in. Oof, and again with the down air here, but Joshi enough left in the tank. Zero trying to go for that extra down air to close things out. Won't find it, but this back throw will be enough. Final stock here for Joshi. This is a great position for him to be in, though, at least for this stock, and it's going to be resulting into the conversion, but now he's got to do that 2 more times, Acro Phoenix.
Playing a little more safely than he was a second ago on the edge. Just grabbing and re-grabbing.
And that particular position is a little tricky for Falcon sometimes. It's just tough to find the combos, but whenever you're in the middle of the stage like that, and you're going up against Zero, like I said before, Dreamland, honestly, it's Zero's playground. He's just an absolute artist whenever it comes to Falcon combos on that stage. Just seeing that man work, it's beautiful. That's a Falcon me,
right,
personally.
And I love the Falcon punch right at the end there. Just, Falcon, I'm Falcon.
I'm Falcon. It's what you say. Well, it's what I say anyways whenever I'm looking at myself in the mirror in the day. I'm just like, I'm Falcon, I'm Falcon. Channel your inner Doug.